Mega yachts are fairly common among the wealthy, and along with jets and mansions, they are one of the most visible symbols of their status to the rest of the world. With lengths running from 79 feet to 500 feet, mega yachts are opulent vessels with a team of professionals. There are a lot of expensive yachts out there, and we'll look at the 5 most expensive ones. But as we talk, the ultra-rich are spending a lot on the construction of more of these luxury boats. Welcome to Info Plus. Let's take a look at the top 5 most expensive yachts you can't buy. Number 5. Dubai, $400 million. The project of building this ship for Prince Jifri, the Bolkiah of Brunei, was started in 1995 by Blohm plus Voss in association with Lursen. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the ruler of the Emirate of Dubai, would have taken over and finished the project by 2001 if he had followed through with the construction. With a length of 530 feet and a beam of 72 feet, this yacht was the biggest from 2006 to 2009. Since then, the Eclipse and the Azam, in that order, have taken its place as the biggest ship on all 7 seas. But it still has some of the best luxuries on its 8 decks, where 88 crew members and 115 guests can stay. Guests have access to a 10-meter swimming pool, a squash court, a movie theater, 20 water bikes, a disco, a lobster tank, and a clean eating room that can fit up to 90 people. The ship also has a helipad and 2 long motorboats, and the 4 MTU-20V diesel engines can propel it across the open seas at a speed of 26 knots for up to 8,500 nautical miles at a time. Number 4. A plus $527 million. When it comes to buying mega yachts, the Emiratis are the biggest buyers. At least half of the most expensive super yachts in the world belong to them, including the A+, which costs $527 million. It is owned by Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the owner of Manchester City, the best sports team in England. He has a net worth of $22 billion. He is the United Arab Emirates' Deputy Prime Minister and a part of the royal family of Abu Dhabi. The A+ is 482 feet long, and the beam is 70 feet high. Nevertheless, the vessel can move its enormous weight across the ocean at a working speed of 22.9 knots, and its top speed was over 25 knots. The twin peel stick engines, which each make 7,990 horsepower, give this speed. Even though it was launched in 2012, A+, which used to be called Topaz, is already the 9th largest yacht in the world. It has 8 decks, a swimming platform, a swimming pool, 2 landing pads for helicopters, a jacuzzi, an exercise hall, a conference room, a movie theater, a garage for the tender and underwater lights. The rooms are big and decorated in a luxurious way. The crew and staff take care of Sheikh Mansour and any other guests by giving them the best food and kindness. Number 3. Azam, $605 million. Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan owned this enormous yacht. Sheikh Khalifa is Sheikh Mansour's half-brother. As the head of the ruling family of the UAE, Sheikh Khalifa is also the chairman of the Abu Dhabi Investment Authority, which is in charge of assets worth almost $900 billion. This is the most assets that any ruler in the world has in their possession. But I digress. The Al Nahyan family is definitely interesting. Having the biggest private super yacht in the world, which costs $60 million a year to run, won't seem like such a big deal. The yacht has a length of 590 feet, a salon of 95 feet, and a beam of 59 feet. It was built and launched by the German shipyard Lursen Yachts in 2013. The 2 gas turbines and diesel engines can make up to 47,000 horsepower, which is enough to move the monster at a top speed of 32 knots, despite its huge size. While the vessel flies through the open seas at high speed, its 60 crew members and 35 guests take their time to enjoy the beauty of the world, or water as the fish probably refer to it. The name of the yacht, Azam, is an Arabic word that translates to resolute in English, so unlike our world, it is correctly called. A helipad is located on the foreship, which is about 50 meters in length. Inside the multi-level yacht, there are about 50 guest rooms, a master bedroom, and several other luxurious amenities fit for kings. Christophe Leoni of Mega Yachts did the interior design. Perhaps the most amazing thing about this yacht is that Olorsen and Leoni built it in just 3 years. The ship is 57 feet longer than the next yacht on our list. It is nearly 600 feet long. Number 2. Eclipse, $1.5 billion. Blohm plus Voss is a division of Olorsen, which is probably the best company in the world for building ships. Blohm plus Voss started out by building warships, with the Bismarck vessel being its most famous. They launched the Eclipse in 2010, 6 years before Olorsen bought it. It's 533 feet long. It was the longest yacht until the Azam came along in 2013. Today, it is still the 4th largest super yacht. The Eclipse has 2 strong diesel engines that put out almost 40,000 horsepower and move the yacht at 22 knots. Blohm plus Voss has added a missile tracking system and a submarine that can go as deep as 50 meters into the water. This is in keeping with their military past, but protecting against armed strikes is not the only thing to do to this yacht, because what kind of attack is sneakier than the paparazzi's sharp cameras? That's right, the ship has a built-in device that stops digital cameras from taking pictures. The system uses a laser screen that sends out beams of infrared light to find a digital camera and shine bright light on it to make any shot useless. Basically, it's a high-budget, high-tech version of the cops, shining a flashlight in your eyes and then slapping you. The Eclipse features 24 guest rooms, 2 big pools, a lot of hot tubs, a dance hall, and 2 helipads. The vessel is owned by investor Roman Abramovich, who is Russian-Israeli and has $1 billion net worth. He is also the owner of the English soccer team Chelsea Football Club, which is the present winner of Europe. When he and Sheikh Mansour aren't playing on the 7 Seas, they head-to-head in the English Premier League and other European events. He and Sheikh Mansour spend a lot of money on their clubs, sometimes too much to the point where the authorities have to slap them with a fine. But this is nothing Mr. Abramovich can't handle, as his Eclipse super yacht, which is worth $1.5 billion right now, is only a small part of his total wealth of $18 billion. Number 1. History Supreme, $4.8 billion. On our list, this vessel is the tiniest. It's not the fastest and has the fewest uses, but it's the only one covered in gold, platinum, and other expensive metals. It is thought that Liverpool luxury designer Stuart Hughes made it in 2011. Hughes didn't say who owned the project outright when he announced it, but he left signs that the owner was Malaysian billionaire Robert Kwok. He is one of only 3 Malaysians with a net worth of more than $5 billion. The other 2 also have net worths of $5 billion, while Kwok is just over $10 billion. Since the ship cost as much as the combined net worth of the other 2 billionaires, this makes him the most likely suspect. The yacht has a luxurious master room with a meteoric stone wall and a sculpture made of real T-Rex dinosaur bones from Arizona that is said to be worth $89,000. You know, like how people hang statues of dead animals in their homes. But this time they are richer. Now, all of these yachts cost a lot of money, and you have to wonder what good could come from being so vain. Well, let's hear from Peter Olorsen, who is the CEO of Olorsen and sort of the top expert on yachts. As we've seen in this video, he says that about 6 million hours of labor were used in the building of Azam, which translates to more than 4,000 families having jobs. And that's not even counting the number of jobs created by keeping these boats in good condition. So you start to see that the rich is lavish living pay for the lives of regular people. But what do you think about the world's 5 most expensive super yachts? Which one did you like the most? If you had $10 billion, would you buy a yacht? What would you rather buy instead of a yacht? Tell us in the comments section. And if you liked this video, make sure to click the like button. We appreciate you watching, and we'll see you again soon.